Hi everyone, I'm Bababooey. I'm here to talk a little bit about a thread that was posted on Reddit, and someone asked to review a game. It is the Falstad in this game, and we're going to follow the Falstad a little bit, and we're going to try and analyze what he could have done to help his team win the game a bit more. And I'm going to focus a little bit on micro misplays and a little bit on macro misplays, and just things that I think can help you and your positioning in teamfights, things like that. Looking to make this a weekly thing or like a frequent thing where if you want you can submit a replay and I will go over it and show you what I think you could have done better. Try and help people grind a little bit, get those end of season rewards, get to Grandmaster hopefully. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a caster and analyst. I'm currently ranked master, playing the game semi-casually. So we're transitioning and here we go. So we're gonna follow Falstad hopefully, if this will work out. Cool, so we can get your view. Awesome. So, looking at the talents. Again, one of the key things you want to analyze right at the beginning is who wins the level 1. And you guys don't win the level 1. They have Kerrigan Malfurion. Or Kerrigan Murden, sorry. So that's and Li Ming, so it's going to be really hard unless you wombo someone. So, either you want to pressure some part of the map really heavily, or you just want to like just shove this wave and then rotate away. Ideally that's the play. Like you have knight takes pawn, so you can just blow up the wave and run away. Jaina leaves, so at this point, and Leoric leaves too, so you can just leave it. Easy peasy. You called out siege camp at 2 minutes, which is really smart. Good job on that. Speed it up. Really, so you have to be careful here, and you didn't mention this yet, but you have to be careful. Kerrigan is going to be able to blow someone up. And you have Burden and Malfurion, so that's going to be really scary to play against in this early phase. So Kharazim steps forward. You did good to not step forward, but Kharazim does. And so you throw your Hammerang. That missed, but it's okay. And then you need to be trading back damage a little bit more effectively there. Like as soon as Kerrigan jumps in, you should pop your W on her. And then wait for her to use her cooldowns before you back away too much. Or you're like using barrel roll to dodge. Oh man, my voice. But anyways, a little bit of a micro thing. It's okay, take a little bit of damage. Okay, at this point, your Falstad, just back. You have Epic Mount or Flight. You should back and fly back in. You don't want to use the 2-minute cooldown. It's 2 minutes, yeah. Because that'll put you at during the next tribute, the first tribute fight. So it's don't use tribute like curse. Sorry, fountain this early, and good job pinging people back. It was a little bit late, but that's okay. She ends up surviving. Yeah, good job. And so one of the key things you want to do with Falstad is make sure you're soaking a side wave rather than mid. You fly up top. Look at me get a pick here. Good job. Just nice map awareness, and then you stay top, which is excellent because staying top is where you're most effective because you're going to be able to rotate to the tributes really quickly. Right about now, you want to remind your team, hey, spawning 150, I believe, is the time it actually is. 155. Not sure. Gank comes through. You're chunked pretty low. So, like, if you had tap here, this would be a pretty okay time to use it. But you don't have it because it's still on cooldown from that initial fight. Like, don't use well that early because it's going to bite you in the butt in the long run. And then Li Ming pops out. You're okay. Gonna pick up the talents. Increase spirit. Yeah, this one you can go for whatever. I personally don't like this one as much. I prefer static shields. Just this you get a little bit more utility out of, but if you're not as used to playing with it, you can run into some issues where you didn't expect the range on it. You're doing a good job clearing the waves and realizing Kerrigan could be there, so you're careful. Here, so as soon as you see magic missiles miss, you should be going on Li Ming there. Because, well, you have vision of 2 people, but it's going to be a lot easier for you to kill Li Ming than a Kerrigan. Especially looking at their health pools. You on Kerrigan. I don't know if you're going to get her. It looks like just barely not. Okay. And then you recall, which is good. You're going to put yourself in a decent position to fly to wherever the tribute is. Johanna gets caught by a combo, but should be okay. Missing all their follow-up. And you actually fly down. Awesome. So here, Johanna's rotating down, so you have to delay for a little bit because you're not going to have your full tank. And we're going to slow it down now. So you get hit by a root, not a huge deal, a little bit of an issue, but it's okay. And you see Muradin, you see Nazeebo, Nazeebo just got mana'd. Jaina blows her Blizzard cooldown, and you start the delay. So here, right there, you have, this is the first time you have a vision of every single person in this fight. Lyric walks forward, and we'll see what happens. So Carrion goes in, doesn't actually get any value. But here, Jaina's just killing the Zebo on the bottom. If you look down here, and you're trying to chunk down Muradin, if you had barrel rolled over here, you have the level 4 talent. You know where they are, so you can barrel roll down here and help her secure this kill and then rotate back up. That's probably what you should do, is go down to Nazebo. You're going to continue the fight and continue walking forward. Look at the tank's focus. So we're going to keep playing. I've watched a little bit of this already. Here, like, this is the reason I don't like the talent, is because you can't barrel roll effectively and still stay in range. Like, if you didn't have the talent, you could barrel roll down a little bit and still be useful. But you went on to Malfurion there, and Leoric, Karazim, and Johanna were all focusing Muradin Li Ming. So your damage was really spread, and you don't want to do that. You want to burst someone down, especially against Malfurion. Jaina throws out her abilities, actually ends up getting a kill there, and goes down, just not going out Li Ming. So you start channeling Tribute, and you do a good job not getting actually hit by the full combo. This here, you want to ping back Johanna and say, I'm going to tap, because your tap is finally back up. Trading back and forth a little bit, and they need to give it up now. They're looking to give it up. You're able to maybe secure, yeah, you're able to secure 1 kill, which is good. You're not really going to dodge that route most of the time, so that's fine. And overall, good job. Just in general, looks like you're going to fly back top and soak up that wave. Get your team back. Good job using the global. Here, they shouldn't actually be going for the siege camp if they do go for it, because you don't want that ability. You want that pushing while there's something on the map for it to be pressuring opposite of, so that they need to respond to both things. And Jaina dies. Obviously, you have no control over that. Probably disconnect. And you just gotta clear waves here. You're on wave clear duty on the top side. And playing safe because they have a Kerrigan. Really smart. Looking to recall. Okay, not gonna recall. Good. Recalling there would have been wrong. And now you want to clear 1 wave and start rotating down, probably, because Tribute should be spawning soon. So you can do this one of 2 ways. So you have vision of Kerrigan Muradin in the mid lane. So you should be able to get aggressive on this Li Ming because she's way too far forward and you have that barrel roll range. Realistically, if Malfurion comes, the only way you should die is if you get hit by every single thing in existence. So you could probably go a bit more aggressive there and punish Li Ming for being in a losing matchup. You end up playing option play a little bit safer, and right now you want to look to, so you do actually pressure a little bit. You want to look to fly down now, like literally right now, because as you can see, your team finds them. But one of the things, the reason you want to fly down now is because using a global is most effective when it puts your team in a 5v4 situation in their favor. So we're gonna play it, and I've watched this already, but we're gonna play it. And you're going to see like a little bit of an engagement. Shredder barely dodges that. And you actually, so you get the kill onto Malfurion here. I think. No, you don't. Kerrigan goes down. And you should already be down here. Like, if you're down here already, that's a dead Karazim, and that's, sorry, dead Muradin and a dead Malfurion. And Li Ming rotates down. So the fact that Li Ming, who doesn't have a global, beat you to the race is really bad. Even if you lose that wave of soak, you win the fight so heavily 4v5. So again, you want to use a global to put your team in a man advantage position, or you need to use your global after the fight is over. One of those 2 ways. And I believe your flight was up, so I just want to double check that. I didn't actually check it last time I watched. Skipping back a little bit. Your flight is up. So you should have already flown down. You can go back even a little bit farther. 602. Because I want to make sure your flight is up. Okay, it is. So you should be going, you should have flown down about now. You can fly down to like here, anywhere there, even like here. And ping on your way, and that's it. Like, you win that. You guys should win a 4v5 very effectively. Obviously, your team shouldn't fight 5v4, and then you're just poking back with beaming. But putting yourself in a 1v1 when you have the global advantage is so much in the enemy team's favor that you're playing that wrong. Like, that tribute should have flown down way earlier. Get the kill. And then this is like heaven for Li Ming. You fly down now, which is too late. They get 2 kills, but you get the tribute. So you said stall. It's a little bit too late. And when this happens, like Johanna's right, you should have been down there. And you're gonna say like delaying Li Ming. Yeah, there it is. So you didn't really delay her that much because she beat you down there. And like the fact that someone without a global beats the global is really bad. And then using ultimates here, you pretty much want to use Gust when Maelstrom, Tranquility, or Ravenous, or more than one of those comes out, just to, like, you want to use it defensively because your team has good enough engage without it, most of the time at least. I'm assuming you Gust. And, yeah, you want to, like, you want to analyze how you're using your abilities and how your team wants to team fight. So generally the way your team wants to team fight in these fights is like peel back when someone overextends, kill them, or burst the person who jumps in. Like those are your 2 ways of playing it, because Malfurion's a really good sustained healer but really bad burst. So you really just want to blow someone up really quickly. So it might have been good for Kerosene to take 7s here, like talk about it with him, be like, hey, like we run 7s and just blow up Kerrigan whenever she jumps in. Sorry. So here you're again soaking a side lane, which is good, making use of that global, except that was a second tribute. Yeah, so now you should be in the bottom side. The tributes will spawn in 3 positions, on each half of the map. So it's 1 here, 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 and here, here, here. 3 sets of tributes cannot spawn on the same half of the map, and they must spawn in 1 of 3 quadrants. So it's like there's this quadrant here, this quadrant, so like this quadrant, and this quadrant. And they're pretty much even. Like they're slightly off to the left or right by a few pixels. That's okay. They can only spawn, like if the first tribute spawns here and the second tribute spawns here, then the third one has to be here. So you should know that and use your be in the bot lane so you can make use of that global. And just as another example, like if the first one's here and the second one is here, then you know the third one has to be here. Speed it up. They take their bruiser camp. And here you guys look for a death bush. But Jaina isn't there. So that's really risky. And if the enemy team is coordinated enough, they should just insta-kill you and win this fight and win this tribute. Which you guys don't need to do because you're actually in a pretty decent position with double curse pressure. You get a lot of damage on Malfurion and he pops Trank, and then you get jumped on by Kerrigan. Nice job dodging the combo, palm lands, and then Li Ming just wins you the fight by hitting that Ring of Frost. Which is like disgusting. So that puts you in a huge position, and there, like, you should not be channeling Tribute. There's no reason for you to be channeling Tribute when you can finish those 2 other kills and then keep going from there. Because you almost actually just lost to Li Ming teleporting. Like, kills you, resets, kills Johanna, and then it's a 2v2 that they can win. So just, if your team continues to go in, follow them. And their bridges have gotten a ton of value. Looks like Nazeebo might go down. Probably, there's no way he shouldn't. Good. You recall. You're going to use Flight to go mid to clear this. Cool. Good decision. The other thing is, you don't actually need to recall there. I guess, never mind. You do. Good job. That's right. And then you fly back. And now Lior's going to walk bottom, or looks like it. That's wrong. Like, you should stick his 5 during a tribute or a curse, especially with the buffs to range minions. Like, keeping them away from as many structures as possible is just as effective. And now you don't have vision of any of them, so you have to be really careful because you're going to go Jaina, looks like she's less mobile. But Kerrigan could come at any time and kill you. I actually went to take a talent, and you're still going good. Flow Rider, easy peasy. And you guys get a lot of value. So the problem is none of your team actually was coordinated. You split lanes, you didn't get that much. You got 2 forts, but you could have gotten mid too. You could have gotten more pressure mid, at least. We're gonna watch. You should be using Gust in most of these fights to interrupt Rav a lot of the time. And that's Fix that. Speed it up a little bit. You guys are going to look to pressure this. And as soon as that goes down, that's your go switch. Like, your team should be looking to engage now because there's no fourth there and you still have talents up. So this is when you go. Gusting there was pretty bad. It ends up being okay because you don't gust away Kerrigan, but you want that fight because the fort's dead and you have talent here. You end up killing Kerrigan. Good job. And maybe another one. Nazebo comes in on the side, and right there, you should be turning to kill him. He should just... Your entire team should turn and focus on Nazebo, and they should still do it. Jaina stays too long. That's an oopsie. And looks like you're going to trade a little bit of damage back. You're going to get palm there, which, like, that's should happen. That's okay. Leoric's just in the back line doing a pretty good job. They're back out. That's like making a pretty... It was okay. It wasn't amazing. It was okay. Leoric dies. Doesn't actually kill Nazebo, but he pretty much had to die there since Jaina put you guys in a bad position. And now your team's pinging boss to make sure. Leoric can face check that, and he's going to. So you guys have to collapse now. You have Gust. A lot of the time, people will look for like a hero play here. Leoric's going to be back up really shortly. The correct play, looking at like 9 seconds left, you should probably just gust them away from boss. Don't try and go for a steal. None of that. Just look to just straight up gust them away from boss if you can. Or gust them into boss. They're going to come in. Like, this would be a good time to gust. Looks like you're going to have to get out. That was a really preemptive barrel roll. Like, you saw them retreating. Kerrigan isn't going to be able to turn and kill you there, and you barreled away, which is probably wrong. You want to, if anything, you want to like barrel roll over this wall and help out Johanna killing Li Ming and stuff. So like going straight away from the tank is not always the optimal decision. Like they're barrel rolling up with the increased range. You could have done that. Go over that wall, secure a kill, help get Malfurion since he's out of mana like that, and you're saving yourself from a bad position. Keep watching. Li Ming jumps back in and see if you were there. That wouldn't have happened. You're going to get killed, which is an oops. Like, that sucks. Jaina does a good job cleaning up. Jaina's been pretty good so far. Yeah, so this fight, let's go back and see what you could have done differently again. You fly up. We're going to speed it up until we get there. So you get vision. Leoric's providing you vision, so you know you can't walk too close, which is okay. And you see them start to turn away, and so he gets jumped on. This could be a pretty good time to gust right here. Boss is at like a quarter. Leoric's about to come back up. Jaina isn't there yet. So this would be like a pretty good time to like Q and then gust. So you probably want to disengage right there. And then you're looking to get Li Ming, and she just doesn't die, barely. So right here, you're gonna barrel roll away, and like if you're paying attention, you're probably not, but if you're paying attention to these two, they're pretty much an auto attack each away from death. So you have your double tank on them, and as I said before, just focus whoever your tanks are on. Like whoever your tanks are going for, be with your tanks. So you're gonna barrel roll away, barrel roll up there, and you win your team the team fight straight up like that. That difference going up as opposed to going back, since you're pretty much pushing yourself out of the fight, it's like team fight winning. So then you come back in, look to kill Muradin. He's able to jump out, and you can't secure a kill again. Then he misses that, and you didn't even use Gust this fight. So like, even back when you had Muradin again, so when you were trying to kill with the Muradin, like, I think you should have gusted here probably, because like, Kharazim can die here really easily if that hits. So him barely not dying there, like you could have gusted, and then you would probably got murdered and isolated anyways. Here you want to barrel roll up or gust them into this wall. Like gust, it will push them far enough that Leoric will be able to get the kill, and it'll push them into boss. So you'd be okay there, and then you should have barreled up, and then here again you could gust. Like if you look up and you see, you could gust. I'd gust away like Nazebo and then just go straight up. Probably. You didn't use Gust this fight, and that's pretty bad. You want to use Gust in most fights. just barely not able to kill her. You miss an auto attack. I'm sure you know that you like if you had hit that auto attack, you would have killed him. And then Jane's got in a bad position, and now it's up to a 2v1 against the Auric. She actually probably could win if he hits his Drain Hope. Or it hit it earlier. That was really close. And that's an oopsie. They're going to get this tribute. So you guys lost your experience lead due to overstaying. And Karazim got chunked. Like, you guys took the fight when Karazim was at 0 health, and you could have just disengaged really effectively with Gus there. Karazim allowed himself to heal up and go from there. So I probably would, like, as I said, use Gus at the beginning of the fight there. Yes, you're disengaging from, like, a fight that you could probably win if you don't misplay. But you're also just putting yourself in a better position. And you can still collapse on them when they're in that boss. None of them are able to get over that wall except for Li Ming. And she actually went Glass Cannon, so she can't go over that wall anyways. That's just Gus them into boss there. And then they can't fight on top of it. So you're okay. Even if you aggro boss, you're fine. And now you guys are going to look to posture and boss a little bit. Good. Again, now you're pretty much a spellcaster on Falstad. And, oh, teamfight breaking out. Alright, we're going to slow it down. So, what cooldowns are up? Let's look. Everybody's cooldowns are up. So, we're going to speed it up again, get to that point. Okay. So now you don't have vision of anyone. You do a nice job getting away from their team. Good. Back over that wall, which is fine because your cooldown's like 0. Okay, so then Kerrigan jumps in, bring up Frost Connects on 1. And here, you have a really good opportunity with Gust to just isolate their healer and Nazeebo. Like, push Nazeebo and Malfurion out, or push Li Ming away and kill Kerrigan. Here, you should be using Gust, like, in this direction, and you could pretty much win your team the team fight, it feels like. We're going to see what happens. So, instead, Li Ming's able to get a full distortion. Like, you're going after Malfurion here, and your target focusing needs to be better, because you're going after Malfurion here when you could just gust him away and kill the back line, so he's not healing them anymore, or front line. And then your gust came out too late after she had died, and get comboed. Kerrigan goes down. Good job securing that kill. Just trade damage back onto Li Ming there. Like, Malfurion has, or Muradin has cooldowns, you can trade damage back, and then yeah, you should have just been able to trade damage onto Li Ming as she was channeling there. You might have actually been able to kill her. She was probably tanking turret aggro. They're going to get this tribute. So, going back over that fight, there's like Gust earlier. Don't be so afraid to use Gust. I feel like you're scared to use it. If we go back, I'm just going to watch it again. One more time. So this comes, so you come up here, and so Jaina gets jumped on. So like, this goes out, Jaina gets jumped on, and you go straight on to Malfurion. Here. You're going on Malfurion, which is okay, and then Nazeebo dodges it very nicely. You're attacking the tank. Here, again, just gust these 4 people. Like, these 4, if you gust these 4 people, your team turns, kills Kerrigan, you win the fight. Right? Instead, you wait. Even now, gusting is okay. A little bit earlier, but should have gusted. And now you're, again, your target focusing, like, you shouldn't be going on Malfurion there, because you're not going to burst him through Trank. And you got Trank Grid anyways. So Palm goes off, Gust came out late, and now you're in a pretty bad position. So Malfurion, you're like, Jaina goes down, you get the trade kill, which is good, but then here you can just turn and give a bit of damage onto Jaina. Or Li Ming, sorry, and then you eat all of her combo. Never walk into a Li Ming unless you plan on killing her instantly. Which is just like a misplay. Again, the Gust should have been there. If you had gusted earlier, you probably would have won that fight. Or you could have disengaged effectively. So now they got the tribute. And they're looking at boss. So they end up getting boss. There's not a lot you can do about that. And then Jaina gets like a really good combo onto Li Ming, and she almost goes down. You fly. I'm not sure where you're going to fly to. You fly up to there. Good job. Muradin slain. Gust them into your team here. Or, let me slow down and rewind. Really good. That was a good flight. Cut off the retreat in case they went that way, and you end up getting a kill. You had vision of Nazeebo, so you know that you can do that. Really good job. I would have gusted. them into my team like a little bit earlier in that fight, but overall that was just well played. Like getting the 4 for 0 there is as good as you're gonna get. That's it. Well played. That fight was well played by your entire team. It was good job not playing well. Jaina. Nothing else I can really say about that. Moving ahead. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, this is a really good time to get cursed. When you ace them, it's like they gave up. Okay, so now Jaina gets jumped on. There's a lot of damage. You're not there, and you're getting chunked out by Li Ming. All right. I'm just assuming that was wrong. Let's watch what you could have done differently. And then I'm going to skip the team fight since you're not there. So, you fly up. First of all, that was a poor position. Ah, you're okay to fly there. I lied. You're fine. So you get chunked out a little bit by spiders, which whatever. Like, it's okay. You're actually taking way too much poke. That's the issue. Nazebo is really good at getting poke off, and he went leaping spiders. So, like, you can't be that aggressive into him. And it looks like, I think, yeah, Li Ming just appears and kills you. So, you can't eat that much poke for free at all. That was your issue there, is not respecting Nazebo's sustained damage. And then you guys are just going to lose this team fight. Yeah. Not a lot to say about that. You just can't take that much free poke. Don't try and 1v1 in this game, unless it's laning phase. And even then, you still probably shouldn't try and 1v1. Because it almost never is a 1v1. And then Leoric dies, who shouldn't have been there anyways. And now they have 20s. So this game becomes really hard to win right now. You need, like, I don't even know. You need to defend on core. You can't defend on keep. Looks like nice. That was a good gust. That was a good job. Disengaged effectively. Made sure Jane didn't die, and that actually might have saved your team the game. Definitely saved your team the game, because if Jane dies there, they can win. So you don't have any more. Oh, but you getting caught by the root there, like you could have died there, and that's really bad. This Johanna, at this point, when you start seeing that someone is being that rude to you, just mute them. Like, that's it. If it's gonna mess with your head, just mute them. Even if you're not reporting them, mute them anyways. It's like my favorite thing to do in the game is to mute people because they're stupid. And then you guys are okay to give this up. Like, just give this up. They have position priority. You shouldn't go for this. Good. What do you go for? Epic mount. Good. Easy peasy. Now you guys want to play safe. Soak up lanes. Get merc pressure. Leoric can start to be a little bit more aggressive now. Leoric went Spectral Leech. Not Hardened Shield, so you guys are looking for Wombo pretty much. Waves, yeah. So now you're just looking to soak up. Both teams are playing really safe because next big team wipe wins the game. And you guys are looking to bait for when they go to boss. Okay, that makes sense. You look to burn it down. Does this work? Oh, it works. That was so risky. Holy crap. That was stupid risky. I would not have done that. Probably. Because if they're there, like, you have to assume that if they know it's spawning, if you know it's spawning, then they know it's spawning, and if they had been there, you guys just, like, probably lose the game. Boss pushing in, good job. You had to stop Li Ming, so it's just gonna get probably like half, not even, quarter of the keep's health. Yeah, and you guys look to push mid, and you're not with your team, and you probably should. You have epic mounts, like, you're okay. You can jump around the map pretty quickly. Here you should fly up really fast, because if, like, they're on kerosene, like, you should have already used mount to probably get up into about this area. Gonna go on to kerosene. He's gonna get barely not stunned. Good job taking damage back. And then here you want to gust. Probably. Oh no! Oops. Don't do that, please. Let me go back. Okay, well, now we're in a bit of a break. So again, your gusts are really, like, so far the story I've seen is your gusts need to be stepped up a little bit. That's just my opinion. The gusts are pretty much like your Falstad play seems pretty good. Be a little bit, like, don't be only defensive with barrel roll. Like, that one play you should have just won you could have won your team the fight if you didn't barrel roll so defensively. And it's I really like Static Shield because it allows you to play more aggressively. You guys could not end there. That wouldn't have happened. Maybe? No, probably not. So then, again, like, here you're not with your team. Make sure you let them know, like, I'm bottom. Here, when you see that, like, you should be flying, you're up quick enough, but you might have wanted to fly up there. And then, so you go in, pause. Kerrigan goes down. And here, like, you can gust away these two, save Kerrigan. If he didn't have peace purpose, so you don't actually want to gust them away. But let's watch, see what you do. Because you have fly, you can fly over to here really quickly and kill Li Ming. Gust her into wall and kill her. You end up going for you're pretty much doing nothing anyways. Ring of Frost miss. You go for him. Good job. Kerosene ends up going down. Gust comes out. That's pretty good. Now you should be going on to the Li Ming. You go on damage onto Murden. I'm sad. Nope. Good job. Pick up that kill. Good. Yeah, so that fight was relatively well played. Might have gusted a little bit earlier, but it was well played. I probably would have flown up to kill Li Ming. But well played overall. You guys get the tribute. Good job defending. You go up top. Good. You can keep going. You go for boss. You should be... Yeah, no, you just have to walk back since now it's on cooldown. You guys should get this. You have Gust, so if you even see them for half a second, you gust them away. This is a little bit greedy, but you're probably fine. And now you want to... So there's two decisions here. One is to group up as a team. Like, you have a pretty good sized wave top, so you guys could all go top, but no one's there quick enough. So you guys pretty much want to respawn bottom, and you guys weren't quick enough. Like, you don't get a boss camp and then let it push and get nothing. You guys should have been pushing with that. Well, you should have recalled and then walked to it since you had to recall. But it did nothing, so that's wrong. You guys literally just took boss to take boss, and that's not very great. It denies them a win condition, but you guys could have used it more effectively. So, looks like there's going to be another skirmish. Leorc's in a really aggressive position. Leorc is in a super aggressive position now. So you could have gone so hard onto Muradin there and killed him. Or Malfurion, and killed him. Like, he doesn't have Blink either. Okay. Let's hope this worked. Yeah? Okay. So, we're going to speed this up. Again. Those spawns, you fly up. Good. Making use of the global. And you're like decently low, but that's okay. You get healed up to full. So, I want to watch your vision. So, Malfurion's there. Here, right there, you barrel roll over this wall. Because you can see Li Ming and Kerrigan. Like, you can see them both. You barrel roll over this wall, and you gust Malfurion into this wall, and he dies. Or you gust Kerrigan now. Like, you should be using Gust super offensively. Like, you can gust him here, too, into the wall. Instead, you don't. Like, that's 2 chances. That's like 4 chances you had to kill Malfurion there. I think he's gonna die anyways. Yeah, he dies anyways. But you could have killed him earlier. And now you're gonna play really defensively. And you could Gust isn't up, like Fly isn't up, but you barrel roll over and you could just gust him away. You need Gust now, like this. You need to gust him, like that. That needs to happen as soon as possible, right now. Like I'd gust him and then jump down here, kill Li Ming. You need to analyze what you're using Gust to do, and like this game, you should have been using it to interrupt Ravenous most of the time. That's okay. You should be able to kill Li Ming. That's a good Gust. That was like a pretty okay Gust there. That was good. Like you did a decent job isolating them. Just there wasn't enough. It was like, it was okay. It wasn't great. You should be able to kill Kerrigan. You're playing a little bit too scared of Kerrigan. And you die anyways. Okay, so you actually just let her get her cooldowns back and shield up. So like you played in melee range of Kerrigan. It's just mechanical misplay. You played a little bit too scared there, to be honest. I think you could have killed her. And it's like that situation, right? It's so... You gust them in, and then Karazim dies. That was a good gust, though. Like, that should have worked. You should be able to kill Li Ming here, which you do. And then here, like, you should... Hammerang goes out. Li Ming's... Or Jaina's up there. And then this pops. So now you throw your damage, or you back up. Like, you can't... You hesitated too heavily. You could throw, like, back up. Barrel roll isn't up, but you could go... come over here towards Jaina, and then combo with her. Instead, you throw your abilities, and you don't attack Kerrigan. She comes back, and then you get pulled in range, and then you have to kite. Like, you have to walk away from her, because you're taking too much damage from Psystorm as well as autos and stuff. So then you die to that. Then she should be able to kill her. I don't know if Gonna Cold is up. Should be. It's not, apparently. Kerrigan just gets out. Wow. Alright, well that sucks. Anyways. Not much to say about that. But yeah, like, that gust was good. I just think that you held it for too long. You didn't interrupt Ravenous Spirit, which got a ton of value off, and then you played too close to Kerrigan and didn't play the 1v1 against Kerrigan correctly. Like, you thought you had it and you didn't. And then Leoric can, even if Leoric dies here, it's pretty much okay. Still, it's even like this curse pretty much wins the game. Almost. If there's not a full wipe. So you guys are in a bad position. Leoric pretty much needs to die here. And he doesn't interrupt it, so that this is going to be tough to come back now because they're going to get triple keep. And now you guys have to try and defend and just ace them effectively. Okay, you're doing actually a pretty okay job. You need to defend bottom. They're looking to boss. 4. But here you have 2 people back and you only need 1. And even then, like, Jaina should know it was you. You made the communication. She didn't. And now your team probably just gets wiped here. Yeah, and then you lose the game. Okay. And then you can't defend. Yeah. Okay, so going over the notes, and I'll write this up in a text, little text blurb after, but first thing is positioning was pretty good, but you played a little bit too safe in some situations, like the one tribute fight. Instead of going, you completely disengaged from the fight instead of going up and continuing in the fight. So, like, it's good to dodge skill shots, but putting yourself in position to snowball the fight is better. Like, you could have gone over that wall. It's a lot easier to say, like, from when I'm here, but just being aware of every person's health and being able to know where their tanks are. Like, they had no CC to get on you if you had done that. And then obviously, like, you had a couple gusts that were okay, but the gusts need to be stepped up more. Using gusts to push people into walls is so damn good that you should do it more frequently, because it's pretty much a stun. And then you probably should have, like, you didn't need to defend right that second, and then it ends up costing you guys. They just go the board. And it doesn't matter if you die here anyways. So you're not going to kill them, or you're not going to stop them anyways. So that's it. Yeah, so overall, the gusts were not good enough, to be honest. I'm sorry. You needed to work on the gusts. So the 2 things you use gusts for are to, well, 3 things you should use gusts for are to isolate a fight, isolate members. So, like, push 4 people away, kill 1 person. 2, to disengage when you really need to. 3, and this is, like, really important, is to push people into walls to set up kills. Using Gust offensively like that takes some practice, and it takes some, like, knowledge of when you can use it to get a kill, but it's so good when you get good at it, and it's one of the reasons Gust is so good. So work on the Gusts, and work on keeping aware of cooldowns, so, like, knowing when you can go aggressive, and knowing when you have to play safe. A little bit of positioning in team fights, like putting yourself in a position to deal more damage but not die. Like the one team fight you could have snowballed, and probably you guys might have been able to take that game if you had barreled up instead of back. But overall, like, yeah, those are the things. I don't know what about your other characters, but you did a good job shot calling a little bit early, and then you kind of stopped. If you're confident in your abilities, do it. Mute the person who's trash talking you, and just, like, go again. And then obviously use your global to create 4v5s if you can, rather than catch up to a 5v5. Anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Send me your replays on Twitter, on Reddit, on whatever. Let me know what you guys want me to do. You can send it to my email at bababooeyhots@gmail.com. Anyways, until next time, take it easy.